Hello, boys and girls. Today we will be learning about food chains. I want everyone to take a second and think about what the word food chain means. I want everyone to break down the two words into food and chain. Food is what we eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner if you have a snack. And chain is something that connects objects together. So a food chain could mean things that we eat that are connected to one another. A food chain shows the path of energy from one living thing to another. Here we see that grass is eaten by rabbits and rabbits are eaten by foxes. This is a simple food chain. Every living thing needs energy in order to live. Every time animals do something, like run or jump, they use energy to do so. Animals get energy from the food we eat, and all living things get energy from food. Where do you think we get energy? Do you think that we're part of a food chain? Energy is necessary for living things to grow. In a food chain, there are producers, consumers, as well as decomposers. In this lesson, we will go into detail about each of these parts and also go over a few examples of food chains. The first part of the food chain is producers. Producers are the beginning of a simple food chain. Producers are plants and animals. Plants also make loads of other nutrients for other organisms to eat. Plants are at the beginning of every food chain and starts with the sun. Okay, photosynthesis. All energy comes from the sun, and plants are the ones who make food with that energy. Plants use sunlight, water, and nutrients to get energy. This process is called photosynthesis. The cycle of plants and how they make energy. The sun, which is light energy, water, minerals, and carbon dioxide are all absorbed by the plant, as you can see in this diagram here. The plants then use this to make glucose or sugar, which is the energy and food for the plant. Oxygen is also produced by the plant in this cycle, which is then let off into the air. Have you noticed how clean and pure the air feels when plants are around? They're filling the air with oxygen. And these are the different components that are a part of photosynthesis. The sun, carbon dioxide, water, glucose and sugar, and also oxygen. The next part of the food chain is the consumers. Consumers have to feed on producers or other consumers to survive. Consumers are the plant and meat eaters of the food chain. Consumers cannot live without the producers. They rely on them to survive. There are three types of consumers in the food chain. The first one we're going to talk about are the herbivores. They are the plant eaters of the chain. This might be a squirrel or it might be an elk. It will be out there eating plants and fruits. It will not eat animals. Herbivores are animals that eat mainly plants. This includes leaves, grass, flowers, seeds, roots, fruits, bark, pollen, and much more. Some herbivores are deers, horses, rabbits, cows, bees, sheep, and grasshoppers. You can see the different examples on this picture of some of the animals and plants. The next consumer is a carnivore. Carnivore means a meat eater. Carnivores have sharp teeth, usually, so they can bite into meat. These animals are animals that eat mainly meat. This includes insects and all animals. Some carnivores are felines, such as lions, tigers. Others are birds of prey, eagles, hawks, owls, and more. Sharks, frogs, and spiders are also included. Another consumer in the food chain is an omnivore. An omnivore eats meat, plants, and just about anything else. We are omnivores. We eat meat and plants. Omnivores are animals that are able to eat plants and other animals. Some omnivore examples are humans, bears, raccoons, primates such as apes and monkeys, seagulls, and other birds. Alright, the next part of the food chain is decomposers. Decomposers include bacteria and fungi, and they play an important role in nature. Bacteria and fungi are decomposers. They eat decaying things such as dead plants and animals. As they eat, they are breaking down nutrients and decomposing the animals and plants. What happens next is that they break down the unused dead material and turn them into nutrients in the soil, which plants use to grow.